Do you feel like you're floating through life and watching from the outside? I had a moment of clarity recently when I realised that I was doing that. I had like a false sense of security and control, but I had like nothing to show for my stress or my anxiety. Watching my life and not feeling involved or participating in it whatsoever. I'm currently in the process of reinventing my life, and it's really scary and quite stressful, but also really exciting, and I feel like a lot of people on here like can relate. I'm going to share some steps that I'm taking, some questions that I'm asking myself, and hopefully document the process, what I want my life to be, what I'm planning on doing. Yeah, it's going to be a fun video. It's going to be chill vibes, so yeah, stay tuned. Why are we in this loop of wanting more and not going after it? Like, what is actually holding us back? I think personally it's like half insecurity and half fear of like not knowing whether you're going to be good enough for it, if it's going to be what you actually want. I think that's quite terrifying, like especially something that you've wanted for so long, realizing in real time that it's not what you want, or it's hard to do that thing. Let's just say, for example, you want to have a certain job. If you get that job, or you're in the process of getting that job, doing research, and you're like, fuck, I need to be this way, or I need to know this. Oh god, I really want it. I want this thing, but I'm gonna have to change a lot, and that's obviously terrifying. I saw a quote recently that was, staying the same is scarier than change, and like it really stuck with me. I know it's like proper Pinterest shit, like not even that profound, but like it just stuck with me because I was like, wait, fuck, you're kind of right. I don't want to stay in this bubble. What typically is holding you back is like belief systems that you've built up. Most of the time have no like reason to be there. I've always wanted to do YouTube. I'm like good with people, but I'm introverted, so like I've always been like, oh, what if I had to go to like an event? What if I had to meet people? What would I be like? I just like beginning to ask, what is telling me that? Like, what voice is telling me that? A voice from your past that's like, it could be like your mum's voice, or like an ex-best friend that was really toxic telling you these things. That one thing that you've been told is just replaying in your head. Really annoying. I wish my brain didn't do that, but it just happens, I guess. Sometimes just like pausing and questioning, like, what do I deeply want? What do I truly want that brings me joy and peace? And not what I've been told to want, because that's a very different thing. It sounds obvious, but genuinely when you're caught up in the routine of life and the stresses, and you've blinked and a month's gone past, sometimes these moments of just like sitting and pausing, you forget how useful it is. I can't always just like journal, you know, I can't just like sit down and journal. I can't focus. You could literally like just sit there and talk to yourself, you know. I have a friend that just like talks to herself. Love her. So I'm going to share some questions that I've started to ask myself to evaluate what I want for my life, what I'm leaving in the past. I'm quite visual. I'm a visual person. I have a lot of 12th house placements. I'm very dreamy, so making like vision boards and stuff like that, oh my god, it's so like, I love it so much. So the first question is, what version of yourself are you leaving behind? Things like thought patterns that don't serve me anymore, habits that desired reality self wouldn't use. I just had shifting lingo just then. The shifting lingo doesn't leave you. They could just be small. They don't have to be like big, profound things. They could just be little habits that are like physical, like, and you walk in the morning, I don't know, God forbid. Or it could be like deeper mental thoughts and habits. Like for me, a habit that I often have is like jumping to conclusions of things and what people think, and like my desired self wouldn't even care. They'd just be like, I know myself and that's what matters. So one thing that you can also write down are parts that you're not so proud of. It could be just like parts of your personality or parts of your reactions to things that you're not so proud of. I get irritable quite quickly and I'm quite snappy and react in the moment, and that's something that I'm not so proud of. You are human and you're going to have feelings and emotions, and you're not always going to feel that you can be like calm and zen, and you would think you would just like accept, but but for me was something that was really hard for me to accept. I suppose the main takeaway from that is finding stability within yourself, and the outside world can then not really bring you down if you find that like kind of stable ground. I'm going to tell you some of the things that I've written for this. I have such a tendency to stress and overthink things. I'm very anxious. It's a lot to do with my mental health. Yeah, as a child or as a teenager, I was very socially anxious. Asking yourself why you do this and why you think like this. Like, I know that I do it now. I overthink things because I care so much. Oh, did they think this about me? Did they think that I meant this in this way? Another thing I'm leaving in the past is an intense fear of people. So I used to be a lot worse, but nowadays I'm a lot more like, everyone's just normal and everyone's just trying to get by. And like, now I'm at a point where like that does not serve me anymore. Like, I want to make deep connections with people, and sometimes I avoid conversations because I'm so scared of someone. I get intimidated by them. They're not even that scary. They're so chill. Second question that I recommend you ask yourself is, what is the type of person that you want to become? What does that person look like? Not just physically, but like some of the stuff that they do. It's not all about appearance. You can look the exact same, but also it's kind of fun to plan what clothes you want to wear. If you've always wanted to have pink hair, get pink hair, you know what I mean? Like, it's just fun stuff like that. I kind of wrote down like what kind of woman I want to be. Organised, stable, and carefree. I want to be like carefree, take my time, go with the flow, spontaneous, but I want it to be like based around stability. I think carefree is like my main goal. It's like I'm just throwing that in there. Like, so yeah, I made a vision board that I want to share with you guys. I'll put it up on the screen. It's very 2014, 2016, like mid 2010s, the time that I was growing up. And I remember like being on Tumblr, being on YouTube, and loving that vibe. It's kind of really healing my inner child, and is something that's I'd recommend you doing. Like, think about what you wanted to be as a child. This is what I want my life to look like right now. It could change, but this is the goal. I know everyone talks about vision boards all the fucking time, so you're probably like, yeah, no, I already know to do that. It does make a difference, and I put on my favourite music. I put on Don't Delete the Kisses by Wolf Alice. It's a bit of a throwback only to 2017, but it just fills me with so much joy. I love that song so much. So then the next thing is acknowledging what's holding you back. What sort of habits or thought processes are keeping you back from this life? This is kind of unrelated, but also kind of advice. I personally kind of treat life like a movie, and it really helps to not make things feel too serious. It's kind of silly, but like going around and being like, oh, this is just like a fun movie that I want to live. And then once you've like made this vision board and written down all this stuff, and you've like kind of nitpicked, okay, this is what I want to do, this is what I want to do, this is how I want to live. Pick literally one step that you can take in the next 24 hours that will take you even just a step closer. It's so easy to be like, oh, well, I want to be like this sort of person, but I just don't want to do that right now. Then literally take the smallest step closer, and you're still a step closer, you know? Like, it doesn't have to be like an overnight thing. You can just go bit by bit. The main thing that you can do is pretend to be the person until it becomes real. I was feeling really insecure and really socially anxious. I just pretended to be confident, and my friends would be like, oh, you're so confident, you're so like chill with people. And I'm like, I'm faking it so hard right now, and nobody knows. So it's the next day. My camera ran out of battery last night, but we're gonna move swiftly back into it. And I brought an iced coffee, which looks suspiciously brown, but it's really yummy, so yeah. One of my main goals that I have set for myself that I think is doable is to go to a bar by myself. And like, to some people that may be like super daunting, but like, I've got out for meals on my own, I've gone on holiday on my own. Sometimes I kind of even prefer it. Yeah, go to a bar on my own. I think like bars are a little bit more scary because it's like, what do you do in a bar, you know? Like, in a cafe I can just sit and read a book or play on my DS, but I feel like in a bar is a bit more like, what are you doing? But I feel like I could probably just do those things and like go for a drink. People go to the pub and go for a drink all the time. So I suppose like the main thing that I'm gonna leave with you guys is maybe pick like one big thing that you've always wanted to do, and you're gonna do it before the end of this month. No matter what, just stick with it, do it. But I feel like you could find a way, like even if you were like, I really want to go to this event that only some people can get into, and I'm just gonna do it. Find ways that you can get into that event. If you, I don't know, do photography, message people about like photographing it. If you can like message people that could be connected to it. Do you honestly go crazy, be an annoying person and message people and do things that you wouldn't normally do. That's something that I'm gonna start doing, I think. Let me know what you all think about what I've said today. Maybe start to think of like what your dream life looks like, and let me know down below like what that looks like for you, because everyone's so different. Even though I want to go on adventures and I want to explore, I want to travel, my home is so important to me. That's something that's going to be quite vital in my life. Yeah, let me know anything down below. I'm here for it. Also, one last thing to leave you on as well. Like, think of one thing that you can get rid of right now or let go of right now, and do it. Cut it loose. If it doesn't serve you anymore, get rid of it. I know for me, I have a few things that I'm going to let go, and one is a person, but we're not going to get into that. Anyway, thank you for hanging out with me today. I'm going to be uploading weekly. I think Wednesday is going to be the day I'm going to upload, so stay tuned for Wednesdays. If you like this video today, there will be more, and hopefully you can come along with me on this adventure. Yeah, anyway, bye guys. Bye bye.